Hit the power! Alright, this is Blind Adam, the Awesome Sauce Comics podcast. I am here with future little Franklin of Pinups and Pittbulls. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, can you please tell me exactly what Pinups for Pittbulls exactly is?
Absolutely. We're a registered 501c3 nonprofit, and we operate nationally and internationally to help more dogs find homes, and in addition to that, help people understand that pit bull type dogs are individual dogs and that they're just dogs. So what we do is we do a pinup calendar every year, and that calendar gets a lot of exposure and media attention. And once we have their attention, we help correct a lot of myths that people have about pit bull type dogs.
Okay, what are some of the myths about pit bulls?
People believe that they are inherently vicious, which is untrue. People believe that they have locking jaws, that they have jaws that are normal for their size and typical of any kind of dog that is a medium-sized dog. So that's also a myth that's perpetuated by the media. And a lot of people think that they're not good with children, but each individual dog is obviously different. But most of the dogs that we know that are pit bull type dogs live happily with families and cats, dogs, birds, bunnies, depending on the dog itself.
Had it for the bunnies in there at the end.
Of course.
Like I said, I had a bad experience with a bunny. Then again, looking back, it was probably my fault. I was trying to feed it, bit my finger.
Probably mistook your finger for a carrot.
Yeah. So
that's the thing, though. A lot of people have misunderstandings about what we kind of expect of animals, too. Like, for instance, a finger can look a lot like a carrot, and for dogs, people expect them to be able to be good in every context they throw them into, and sometimes they forget that they're animals, and they need training, and they need structure, and they need compassion, and time, and energy, and that some people don't put that kind of energy in, and then wonder why their dog is misbehaving.
Yeah, especially since the dogs I'm around are a little bit more trained than other dogs. Yeah, I can see how that plays out. I'm usually around people with seeing eye dogs, so, yeah, I can see how the whole training thing would play a factor.
Absolutely. I mean, seeing eye dogs are definitely incredibly structured and go through a lot of training to be able to be working dogs. So, we don't expect a dog to just come out of the shelter or be a puppy and expect them to just know what to do right after that. Some dogs are very intuitive, but we can't put that kind of expectation on dogs for everything.
Yeah, exactly. And some dogs take longer than others too.
Exactly.
It's they're just like humans. Sometimes they're better at other things than other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of us are good at certain things and terrible at others. I think we should have that kind of expectation and understanding of our animals.
So, I initially met the Caitness over at the ACBC convention. Do you guys do a lot of conventions to promote your calendar, or?
We do, yes. We do a lot of tattoo conventions, comic book conventions, places where we can reach large audiences that aren't necessarily already ingrained in our culture and in our mission. So we really want to reach people who don't necessarily understand that these are just dogs and that they're just family members and that they need compassion and understanding in homes. So we can reach more people than being in just pet-related events. If we're able to be in a comic book convention, for example, we can reach thousands of people in a weekend and get a lot more accomplished than just having a booth at an adoption day, for example. But we do still do dog-related events as well.
That's awesome. That is amazing. How much time prep goes into the calendar?
A lot. We pretty much spend half the year putting it together and half of the year promoting it. So it's a full-time operation, and we're actually shooting next week in Philadelphia from the 7th to the 14th. And we do 2 shoots a day, so it's pretty time-consuming just putting it together, and then we have to do the design and layout, and then promotion, and selling it all year, and then back to square one again. our models. So it's pretty comprehensive.
Wow. Yes, maybe I'll have some models for you for 2017.
Perfect. So we do an open model call so anybody can apply.
Very cool. I'll definitely have a couple of my friends that I know that I normally help rep. Let them know that they love dogs too, so they'd be perfect.
Perfect. That's awesome. And people can always volunteer with us all year long, not just as part of the calendar. So that's always great as well.
That's cool. Like I said, that's the reason I wanted to do the podcast, the interview you, because I was like, I wanted to do whatever I could to help get the word out.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, like I said, had to move back up to a place that's really suburban, and my best friend has become my parents' dog.
Yeah, dogs can make perfect best friends.
Yeah.
Good ears and great listeners.
Even though I had a conversation with my dog the other day, I was like, you need to take the other side of the bed because the rent-paying people get the best spots. I was trying to get it to move so I wouldn't step on it by accident.
Oh.
I don't think my parents' dog understands the fact that I can't see it.
Right.
So always wants to come in this one part of the bed where I'm about to step on it, where I'm about to almost lie on it by accident. And I'm always so scared.
We have a dog that does them, right?
Yeah.
That's sweet though. Maybe she wants to be everywhere that you are.
Yeah, hopefully. So.
We have a dog like that. Our dog Zoe, who's a Harrier mix, who I always forget that every time I'm about to stand up or move through a room that she's pretty much put herself right where I'm about to step on her. And 9 times out of 10 I remember to look, and there's always the one time where she's right there and ready to be like, hey, you should know better.
So why did you guys pick pit bulls out of all the other breeds of dogs to focus your efforts on?
Well, we actually help all dogs, so not just pit bull type dogs, but we focus on pit bull type dogs, partially because my dog Carla Lou inspired the organization to exist. That was back in 2005. But primarily it's because there are laws that are affecting these dogs. So pit bull type dogs often get a bad rap, and as a result, there are cities that have banned them outright. So if I was trying to travel, for example, with my dog Baxter through Denver, Colorado, they could take my dog out of the car and have my dog euthanized because of their strict laws in their city.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that kind of understanding of the law and understanding that, the unfairness of these laws and that they don't actually work to protect anybody. Since people are banning dogs based on how they look instead of how they behave, that's not really helping anybody anyway.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So if all dogs have peace, if you get rid of pit bulls, there's going to be another dog that's a problem dog because it's people who are the problem. So
yeah, dog.
that's yeah.
Just like 9 times out of 10, dogs are like the most friendliest animals you'll ever come across.
Exactly. And usually when they're not, it's because they're either not feeling well or they might have been really poorly bred and not had a very good, handler, for example. So a lot of these dogs that we hear about in the news are dogs that live on chains in backyards that never have any socialization, never have food or water or shelter or any kind of protection. And then people wonder, why these dogs end up as headlines. And that's because, that nobody is taking care of them and people have an expectation, again, that they should just know better in any context that they're thrown into. And that's just not fair.
Mm-hmm. So, have you ever had any problems with the shelters? At all? I've heard, stories of there being so many dogs that need homes that shelters can't even keep up sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. There are probably about 1,500 dogs, it's estimated, pit bull type dogs that are killed a day in shelters.
Aww.
And that's, again, because between the actual laws that are affecting them in some states, the bad rap that they get, there are insurance companies that make it challenging to have a pit bull type dog. There are landlords that make it challenging. So even people with the best intentions of wanting to have these dogs, which again, they're just dogs, they're not special in any way except to us, but they are being killed in shelters pretty regularly, even when people want to be able to have them, because of the fact that these kinds as an organization is try to correct people's perspectives so that we can get more dogs out of shelters and into homes.
That's interesting. I did not realize that there was so much prejudice against this one particular breed of dog.
Yeah, I mean, all I wanted to do was love my dog. It was never really a nonprofit that I set out to organize. It was kind of, it happened backwards because of all of the oppression that was happening around my dog and the challenges that I was facing just trying to be a regular dog owner who loved my dog. And the people that they're trying to affect by having bans like this are people who are outlaws who aren't necessarily people who are following the law to begin with. So they're affecting responsible people like myself who love my dog and take care of my dog. And instead, because I'm a law-abiding citizen, they're putting me in a difficult place. So
yeah, I hear that. Unfortunately, it's always the one or two bad apples that screw up the entire bunch.
Exactly. And this all started back in the late 70s, early 80s when people were really, just had no clue about what they were doing with dogs. And people wanted guard dogs, and people were, gangsters, and it was a totally different world 30 years ago than it is today. And so people misused them and mistreated them, and instead the dogs have become victims instead of, undoing what we've done.
I even see that even in the seeing eye dog community, that there was this whole big thing made about how Uber finally just caved in and stopped fussing about people with guide dogs.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think that you'd need to have an advocate, and it's ridiculous that people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Service dog exemptions and things like that. They need, there's, unfortunately, most people aren't paying attention to everything that's going on. So, there always needs to be people that rise up and actually speak out and do something about it.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't know about it until you do,
Yep. So, if someone wants to volunteer with you guys, how do they get involved with pinups for pit bulls?
Absolutely. The best way, there are two ways to get involved. They can go right to our website, contact form, but that's more general. And our website is pinupsforpitbulls.org, or ideally they can go to info@pinupsforpitbulls.org and send us an email. And if they can just let us know where they live, what kind of things they want to do, things like that, then we can get them paired up with the right team leader in their state and get them started.
All right, great.
And we are national, so we can have people all over the country.
All right, nice. And do you have any
landscape. Cap V. Vic. App switch. Home.